As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we have a good one for you between the Buffalo Bills and our home team. Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. He's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. We'll get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
To the right and pulled in by Judy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. They snap it to Herbert. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Caught quick right side. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pitch being left side by Luka. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First down throw for Allen. Right side, this is Ibuka. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Of all the players out there, right, the coach on the field, the quarterback, well, he's got to know that play was dead in the water. At that point, just minimize the loss. Can't be tackled that far behind the line.
Third and long. It's Allen. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress.
Oh, my, they're faking it on their opening drive. And they pull it off. He gets them the first before being stopped.
Certainly not afraid to get aggressive when the situation calls for it. Cut the coverage unit sleeping and burned them with a surprise play.
Working inside the red zone. Throw left side, complete. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. Again, Allen to the air. The lateral goes haywire. It's out. It didn't look like a Bill got it. And deep in their own territory, they're going to take possession now after the fumble. Intended target was his running back.
I'll tell you this, inside the 5-yard line, that ball has got to be welded to your body at times. Under no circumstances can it come free. Whether someone puts a helmet on it or those players are just ripping it from both sides.
They're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. Gain of 15 there. And the Bills have a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Dive up the middle. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Herbert back to throw. Completed to his running back. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Buffalo first. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. From the pistol, it's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And this defense is going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Allen setting up play action. That's incomplete left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Play action now with Allen. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A give now from the gun. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the 2nd.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Running for the marker on 2nd. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
5 men out in the secondary for the Eagles on 3rd down. We'll go with a design keeper. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Motioning the tight end now. Now we're on the counter. And he's stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. It's his running back. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So shipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Houston and coming up. On third down, Herbert. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Bills have a first down. We've set it down from the 37. Here's Herbert, first and 10. And the deep ball falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up. It's Herbert once more. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-out completion that nets them a first down.
Herbert to throw once more. Setting up the screen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. The give now out of the shotgun. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. All plays on the table here for third and 3. Herbert from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie before halftime. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Bills tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On first down, Allen. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Throwing now on first down. Allen. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Houston.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. And the Bills get to him. Down he goes. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
3rd and long for him here. That one's caught by Mooney. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Headed out right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
So the incompletion on first. Here is 2nd and goal. To the air again, Allen. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. See if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. One last play before the break. Throwing here just before halftime. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Bills in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Short pass brought in. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Back to the well again. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
3rd and just 2 to go. Give it to him again. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
He'll throw it. It's complete. This is Njoku. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hand off now from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Offense in the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Another carry for him. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. No throw. 3rd and long. Completed to his running back. He dodged the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Herbert now off the play fake. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer. Extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Oh, and they're going to fake this one. This is gone. And they'll bring him down, but not before the fake gets them a first down.
I wonder how many times, Kate, the kicker's gone to coach and said, Coach, I could pull this off. They finally gave him a shot, and turns out he was right. What a great play.
They'll run here on first down. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
All right, here we go. Second down. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Couldn't get the screen set up properly. Brock pass incomplete. And they're going to hope for better results now on second down.
I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right. It certainly was.
Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in a hurry up here. Herbert here, 3rd and long. And the defender's there to knock this away. And that effort means it's 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone. Things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got him the football.
Slides kick is up and good. And that gets him back to within 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Allen. And that one falls incomplete. So it would have been a great catch. Still was a great effort. That brings up second down.
Well, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage. Then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain. This is the end of the third quarter. The Eagles have the football, and with that lead, they might have a win in just a little while, too. First down from the 42. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Inside, this is Ibuka. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Offense to the line fast.
15 yards. That's good for Eagles. First down. 1st and 10.
Allen now on first down. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
And that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, it's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's a handoff. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Emeka Egbuka, the intended target. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Santos' kick is good, and that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Herbert from the gun. Once more into the hands of Judy. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Looking quickly here. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. To the right and pulled by Judy. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And the Bills have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Herbert on 1st down. On the slant, complete to Judy. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 31 yards.
Goes to the hurry up here.
First down.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Bills now within one score in the fourth. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Nzabukwa rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
working from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes out to the left. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Eagles go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
48-yard line.
To throw, Herbert. Big strike downfield to Judy. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Bills 1st down.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now Herbert again. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills now within one score in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's down to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that is exactly what you're looking for on a 1st down run. He picked up 7. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Eagles feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing here, Allen. Finds his back complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Clock is working against them as they hurry up to the line.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They're going to pass it here. Hits his running back. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A nice skate of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get in the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Handoff now out of the gun. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Back-to-back carries here. Here he goes again. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Working quickly here. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. He's back to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Looking to throw. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, they had one last gasp to try to make something happen here in the red zone, Brock. Just wasn't there. This defense too locked in, coming up with the interception.
Yeah, it's the work they do on those first 3 downs to get to this 4th down, like a pitcher does, to get to an 0-2 count. They know it's their advantage. And once that offense decides to go for it on 4th down, good chance they're going to get that stop. Oh, by the way, a few style points added to the stat sheet with the INT.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. They look to throw it. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down. They'll spot this one right at the 20. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. The Eagles into the nickel. 3rd down coming. Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He connects downfield. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. What a play on 4th down. Give him the first after a gain of 27. So a timeout's taken. Just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Back to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
This quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to track that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find the throwing lane, and you couldn't do it on that one.
One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over.